Hello everyone, we are here at the Tokyo Opera House where I have just sung Act 1 and I wanted to do a short video to talk about this concept. It's an idea that I always use as an image or as a point of reference for singers who like visualization. I share this a lot with my students as well and it has gotten really well results. It's going to be a very short video because the point is to really get across this idea. And I call this idea the invisible ball of space. Now, as you probably already know, when you take that breath of preparation, right, that onset, the palate lifts, the larynx as a result of opening the throat lowers, and there is a space, a gap of space between the back of the tongue and the top of the palate. That space, I want you to start to think of it as an invisible ball. Now, I don't want you to think beach ball or marble ball. No, no, no. We're talking about the size of a golf ball or a tennis ball. I have this little styrofoam ball to kind of use as an example. And try to think that when you open that pocket of space, that ball, right, is floating right in that pocket between the back of your tongue and the top of your palate. This ball, this invisible ball, represents openness, freedom, ring. If you crush this ball as you ascend or as you start to sing, that would be the equivalent of your palate dropping, your larynx shooting up, and going towards that strangling sensation. I open my throat, there's that invisible ball right there. It's tall, it's not down, it's tall. And as I sing, I don't want to crush it. Crushed the ball. In other words, I closed the space, I closed the instrument. The breath opens the instrument, opens the valve. But if our larynx rises and we crush this invisible ball, we close the voice. You're essentially strangling yourself as you sing higher. Don't crush the ball. So we take that breath of preparation. There it is. Internally, it's almost as if that ball is keeping the walls of your throat open so that it doesn't collapse. It's a posture. It's a high, lifted, tall posture. Space, depth, it's profound, but it's tall. There's height. Don't forget the height. So many of us go towards that ingolato, open, over darkness, yawny position. Remember that snarl. Remember that biting of the sound, that internal smile. From your low note all the way up to the middle of your voice. For us tenors, it would be around G4. This invisible ball should stay tall and suspended. It's not down in the throat. It's not swallowed. It's that tall, diagonal pocket, lifted smile, internal smile. Around that G4 area, that is where the ball will be its most spacious, its most round, its most tall, inviting a lot of head voice around that G. If you can maintain this invisible ball from collapsing or crushing as you sing from the bottom of your range to the top of your range, then the passaggio doesn't exist. The larynx will do what it naturally needs to do if you maintain this posture. It will tilt, it will cover by itself. You don't cover the note. You just suspend a posture. The larynx will tilt by itself. It will cover by itself if you're singing bright vowels in that open throat position. Especially through the passaggio, do not push sound in the middle. You never push or force sound in the middle. You keep it light and gentle and spacious, full of head voice. Now, past the passaggio, A4, high B flat, high B, high C, this is where most singers get it wrong. As you ascend, the instinct is to naturally follow the trend of continuing to grow the space. In other words, the higher I go, the more space, the more space, the more space, and we overspace it. We lift more, drop the jaw more, overdo everything. No, 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 no. Past the G, this is where the refinement starts, the discipline, the surgical precision that you need to have as a tenor, as a good tenor, past the passaggio. The ball never collapses or crushes, but it must narrow or squeeze gently. He needs to focus. The sound needs to focus. You're channeling that air pressure, that energy. You're not expanding it wildly. This is what the Italians mean by mordendo the sound, biting the sound. See, the space is still there. The ball still exists, very tall in its pocket, but it's focused, it's controlled. Like a laser beam, it's aimed. The sound has point and clarity, and that's what's gonna help cut the orchestra, the dense orchestral sound, not this. That's not gonna help cut anything. That's not gonna go anywhere. So again, to recap, think of it this way. You open the throat with that breath of preparation, that tall snarl or hiss, that pops the invisible ball. From your lowest note to about middle of your voice, F sharp G, do not crush the ball. Protect it. Keep it open, keep it round, keep it spacious, keep it high and tall. Around G4, it's going to be its most spacious, its tallest, its roundest, its ideal shape. Past G4 and higher, now we're starting to squeeze. And do not misunderstand, I'm not talking about squeezing here or closing the throat by squeezing. No, I mean, if this is open, this is squeezed. This is biting more of the sound. It's a narrowing sensation. The sound feels like it bounces off against the palate and continues to soar even higher. Let that ball guide your sense of openness and direction. This weird little invisible ball concept really has helped a lot of students, and it has helped me tremendously to think of keeping everything tall, spacious but tall, to have that tenorial quality of sound. It helps keep the throat open by thinking of that ball in the back of your throat. Tall, keeping everything open. Oh, you crushed it. Don't crush it, keep it open. It's going to help you find consistency. It's also going to help with the nonsense of over-modulating the vowels or over-manipulating the sound. Do you ever feel stuck above the passaggio or confused about why your high notes feel strangled or perhaps over-spacing? Try it. See if it works. Find the ball, keep the ball, shape the ball, narrow the ball, and keep it tall and high, depth and height. Thanks for watching again. I know this was a short video, but I just really wanted to share that little idea with you all. If this helped you, please leave a comment. If you have similar ideas or similar concepts, don't be afraid to share. This is what the community is for. Like always, this is my experience. These are my observations. If they don't work for you, you don't have to try them. You can disagree with everything I say. If I was able to help some of you, I'm very happy. That's what the channel's for. Remember to like, subscribe, and become a member. That helps me to continue bringing content for you guys. And like always, keep practicing, keep studying. The work continues. Ciao, ciao for now.